Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Riaz Khan, and in this video lecture, we are going to learn about Linux operating system. In this video lecture, first we will see the installation process of Linux operating system on our Windows machine, and after that, we will learn at least 50 basic commands of Linux that are enough for a beginner to understand and to work with the Linux operating system. So for the installation process of Linux operating system on our Windows machine, we need to first go to our Windows machine, and in the Windows machine at the bottom here we need to search for turn Windows features on or off. So we need to click on this feature, and once we click, a small window will appear as you can see on my screen. And at the bottom of this window, you can see a feature which is called as Windows Subsystem for Linux. This is basically a support subsystem for Linux operating system on our Windows machine that Microsoft Soft has already provided us. And another feature is Virtual Machine Platform. You need to enable these two features on your machine if they are not already enabled on your machine. Once you do this, then click here this OK button, and once again go to your search bar, and in the search bar search for Microsoft Store. Once you get into this Microsoft Store, you come to this search bar again here, and type here Ubuntu, Ubuntu. Ubuntu is basically a Linux variant, and then press enter. Here you will see different versions of Ubuntu will appear on your screen. And you can see on my screen, it is written here installed, and we are getting an option to open this particular application. Again, here it is already installed on my machine, and it is again showing a button which is to open this particular application. And another variant of Ubuntu, that is 20, is also installed on my machine. And again, it is showing me an option to open this application. Whereas there is one variant that is Ubuntu 18, I have not installed on my machine. So that's why it is showing me an option to get this. Basically, once if I click on this get button, then this Ubuntu variant will start downloading and installing on my machine. As I have already installed so many variants of Ubuntu operating system on my machine, so I will not install it. If you want to learn more about the installation process of Ubuntu in detail, then I have created a separate video on this. I will keep the link of that video in my description box, and you can also get it from this I button. Once your installation is done, you need to close this, and you will come again to this search option, and in here you will type Ubuntu. Once you type Ubuntu, the Ubuntu application that you have just installed on your Windows machine will appear here like this, and you will click on this Ubuntu application, and the Ubuntu terminal will appear on your screen, the one which is being shown on my screen. Now we are in Linux terminal, and this is the terminal where we are going to implement all our Linux commands that we have to learn in this tutorial. But before we start executing our Linux command, I just want to show the drive structure and different files and folders in my Linux, in my machine, so that when I move or when I implement certain commands, you will come to know that what is actually happening from which folder to another folder I am switching, or I am creating certain files or folders. So that you will come to have an idea that what is happening in a particular command. So for that, I need to show you the drive structure and the folder structure in my computer. This is our Windows PC, and in this PC, we have different drives, C, D, and E drive. And for the implementation of these commands that we have to learn in Linux, I will be working in this particular drive, that is E drive. And under this E drive, I have already created a folder with the name of Linux 1, and in this Linux 1 folder, I have already created certain files, I have already created certain folders. So we will be working on all these files and folders to understand the concept of all the commands in this tutorial. So this is actually the file structure where I will be working for the implementation of the commands. So let's start with the very first command. The very first command is to check the Ubuntu version that we have just installed on our machine. For that, the command is lsb release -d. So let's go to the terminal and we will implement or we will execute this command here. The command is lsb underscore release space -d. When I press enter, it will show me the installed version of Ubuntu operating system on my machine. So this is the actual terminal of Ubuntu 20.4.6 LTS. So it is showing me the current version of the installed Ubuntu application. In order to get more insights about the version installed on my machine, another command is same command, but here D letter is replaced with the letter A. So if I press enter, you can see we are getting even more details about the Ubuntu operating system that we have installed. If you want to get more detailed information about the installed version of Ubuntu on your machine, another command is cat /etc /os hyphen release. So when I press enter, so you can see we are getting even more detail about the Ubuntu version that we have installed on our machine. So these are the three commands which are very helpful in order to know the version that we are working right now in this particular terminal. Okay, and now in this terminal, if I want to clear all these commands that we have just implemented or the stuff that is being shown on the screen, there is a command clear. If I write clear, then it will clear all the terminal. Fine. Next command is how to check your present working directory or the current location. For that, the command is pwd. Let's again see this command, what's happening with this command. Uh, if I write here pwd, this pwd stands for present working directory. It will show me the current working directory. If I press enter here, it is showing me the forward slash. Forward slash actually represent the root directory. Okay, so right now I am working in the root directory of my Ubuntu application. Fine. Moving ahead, we will see the next command, that is the command number 3, is how to display your current logged in user. When you start implementing your commands in the terminal, you must need to be logged in with some user, and for that, in order to know which particular user has been logged into the system, we have a command who am I. Who am I is the command, and this command will give you the information about the user with which we are logged into this Ubuntu operating system. So in my case, it is RiazK3. Fine. Next command, the command number 4 is just to see how to change the path or move to a directory. For that, you have the CD. CD stands for change directory, and then you mention the path to which folder or to which particular path you want to move. Then you have to mention that path here. So we will again go to the terminal and let's see here how this command actually works. I will write here CD, and then I cannot move directly to my E drive. If I press enter, it will show some error as it is saying that no such file or directory. This is actually happening because we are in the Windows operating system. We are not actually in the Linux operating system. For that, if we really want to move to the E directory, we need to mount the drive or this E directory first, and then we can only move to this particular location. For that, I will write here cd /cd then mount and then E. Now you can see we have moved to this directory, that is E. And inside E, I have already shown you that I had a folder which is Linux 1 folder, and we can further move to that particular folder cd, and then I write here linux1, and then I press enter. then I reach to this particular folder. And if I want to see the present working directory at this position, I need to type pwd, and you will see that it will give me the absolute path to this particular folder, that is Linux 1. So it is showing me the absolute path right from mount E and then Linux 1 folder. So we have reached to this particular path. Okay, so we are now in the Linux folder. I will write here clear, 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 and this will clear my terminal. Next is command number 5. Okay, before moving to the command 5, I just want to show we have moved forward to this Linux 1 folder. If we want to go back, so we need to type cd, then dot dot, and this forward slash. So we will move backward in the backward direction, one step in the backward direction. If we again want to move one step in the backward direction, cd dot dot, and then this enter, we again moved one step in the backward direction. If we just type cd and then we type these two dots and then we press enter, we will reach to the root. Okay. If I write here pwd, it will show me again the root. If we have to move to again to this Linux 1 folder, we will write here cd and then mount and then the drive name and then the Linux 1 folder, and then I will press enter. Earlier, I had showed you that we can move one step forward or backward, but if we want to go in the backward direction by two steps or by more steps, then the command is cd, then we can type dot dot, then forward slash, then again dot dot, and if I press enter now, it will move me in the backward direction by two steps. So you can see that we have reached to mount. Earlier we were here at Linux 1, but now we have moved to this location, that is mount. So this is how we can move in the forward as well as the backward direction. So if I type here as cd dot dot, and if I press enter, again I reach to my root location. If I type here pwd, we can get this root location. Fine. And now moving ahead, our next command, that is the command number 5, that is the ls command. Ls command stands for list. So it displays the files and directories in the current working directory. And it has certain options like we have lt, ltr, and lh. Let's see how this command actually works. I will write here clear in order to clear the terminal. And now I will type here ls. If I type ls here, since we are in the root directory, so it is showing me all the files and folders in the root directory. If I move ahead to my drive, then I have to write here, I have to mention the absolute path, mount, then E, then Linux, and then I press enter. Now I have reached to Linux 1 location that we can see pwd, uh, and then we can see we have reached to this Linux 1 location. Okay. And in this location, we can again type the ls command to list the files and directories in this particular folder. You can see different folders, that is Linux 2, Linux 4, Linux 3, they are already in this Linux 1 folder. And these are the files cmpa, cmpb, and file1, sort. All these are the files. Okay, so these are actually files, and these are the folders or directories that are there in the Linux 1 folder. As we have already seen, there are certain options that we can use in order to get more details about the files and directories present in a particular location. For that, we can write it as ls and then hyphen lt. You can see we are getting more details about all the files and folders which are present in the Linux 1 folder. Fine. Another command is that is ls, and if I type hyphen ltr, ltr is giving the same information, but it gives in the reverse order. So you can see we are getting the same information. Earlier, the student.docs file was at the end, but now the student.docs file is residing at the top. Okay, so this gives the information in the reverse direction. Another option with ls command is ls hyphen lh. So this is another command. Here folders are separated and files are separated, but additional information we are getting with this ls-lh command is here we are getting this 4096. Earlier we were getting this 4096 memory size or the file size as without showing any symbol. But this was earlier it was shown in as byte, but now it is shown as 4 kilobyte. Okay, with the other files where we are not getting this letter K, they are in bytes, whereas where we are getting this letter K, we are getting the kilobytes. So we are getting more information with this ls-lh command. Fine. So we will write here clear in order to clear the terminal. Next is the sixth command, that is the use of help command. For example, if we do not know about certain options or syntax about certain about some commands, then we can use this help command. So let's see how this actually works in the terminal. This is the terminal, and if I write here ls, and if I do not know what are the options or what is the syntax of providing all those options, we can write it as hyphen hyphen help. So it will give us the complete details about this command, that is ls command. You can see that we have already used this r option, that shows the content in the reverse order. Okay, and similarly we can type this help command for any other command for which we need to know the syntax and the options available for that particular command. Okay, let's clear this terminal by writing clear and moving ahead to our next command, that is command number 7. In order to get more information about some command, we have another command, man command. Man stands for manual. Okay, it gives the manual about a particular command. Again, going to our terminal, and here if I type man ls. ls is a command that lists all the files and directories, but with the help of man, we are going to get the manual about the ls. So I press enter here, and you can see we are getting complete information. Even more than that, the help command that provides us the information, we are getting more information in the manual command. ls stands for list directory contents, and then synopsis, and then description about this command, and all the information which is related to this ls command appears here with the help of this man command. Okay, now we will press Q to quit at this particular place in order to get back to our terminal. Next command is command number 8, which is how to check the system date and time. For that, we have the command as date, and in different formats, we can have the date or time. For that, we need to use this percentage symbol. We will see one by one these things in the terminal. If we want to find the current date, for that we need to type DATE, and you can see we are getting today's date. Today it is Wednesday, January 22, and the time is this 21:54, that is 9:54, and the year is 2025. We can even have some other formats of date that we can see, uh, date, then plus, and then if we want to have the information about the day only, then we will write here percentage symbol with D. So if I press enter, mm, there must be some, okay, here we should not keep any gap. Okay, so it is date plus percentage symbol with D. So we are getting only date with this particular command. So date is 22 January, that is first month, and the year is 25. Another format of getting the time, date, and then plus symbol, then percentage sign, and then T stands for time. And then if I press enter, So it is showing me the current time in my system. It is 21:55 and 29 seconds. That is 9:55 and 29 seconds. Okay. If I want to see the hours and minutes in my system, then it is date. Uh, then I have to type plus and uh, then percentage sign H and colon percentage sign M. Stands for hours and M stands for minutes. And I press enter. So it is showing me 9:56. Okay. So these are the different types or formats in which we can see date, day, time, and time in hours and minutes. Fine. We can also use the Linux terminal in order to show the calendar. And the command for that is cal. Okay. Let's go to terminal and if I write here cal, then the calendar, that is the current month, will appear here. Now, suppose if you want to see certain date in a particular month, maybe in the future or in the past, for that you can write here cal and June. And suppose if I just want to know which day would be on June 15, so I will write June 2025. So it will show me the complete calendar for the month of June 2025. At this current time, it is January 2025 when I'm recording this video, and you can see the June 2025. And if I just want to see the particular day on 15th June, it is going to be Sunday. Okay, and similarly, you can go into the past by writing the command cal, and suppose if you want to see April, maybe 2020. Fine, and then it will show us the month of April 2020 and all the days of April 2020. This is how you can actually get the calendar on your terminal. So writing here the clear command in order to clear the terminal. And next command is our command number 10. Next command is our command number 10. That is to how to clear the terminal. I have already shown you the clear, CLEAR. Clear is used for clearing the terminal. You have an alternate option for that. You need to press the Control plus L key in order to clear the terminal. Next command is command number 11, the echo command. It is used to print something on the terminal. So again, going to terminal and we write here echo, and suppose I write here hello, we are learning Linux here. The same message will get printed on our terminal. If I press enter, you can see the same message. If we want to print on the terminal, we use this echo command. Fine. And I will press here Control plus L, and you will see the Control plus L will clear this terminal. Fine. Next command is our command number 12, and command number 12 is the cat command, which is used to display the contents of a file on the terminal. And the syntax for that is cat, and then you have to mention the file name. If we come to this particular point, if I press here ls, if I write here ls, and we come to know the different files and folder which are present in the Linux folder. And here you can see here we have a file 1.txt. Let's display the contents of this file. We will write here cat and then file1.txt, and if we press enter, you can see there are several lines in this particular file. First line is hello, I am Dr. Riaz Khan. This is just a file created for practicing Linux, blah blah. And at the end we have line number 7, please support by like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so the cat command is used to display the contents of a file. I will write here clear in order to clear the terminal. And moving ahead, next command, that is going to be the command number 13. Command number 13 is about reading a file using less command. We have just seen the cat command, which shows the contents of the file. We can also read the file by using less command. And if we want to search a word, we can search a word also by using the forward slash that we will see in the terminal. Now, by using less command, we can even read the file as we have read by using the cat command. So I have written here less file1.txt. I will press enter. So you can see the contents of file are also appearing here. If I want to search some particular word from this file, and I will press forward slash here, and then I have to mention that word. For example, we have learning Linux appearing here two times. So I will write here learning, Learning, learning. And if I press enter, it is highlighting this learning word. It is appearing two times in this file. If I press N, it will go ahead. For example, if we have a number of words, it will go to the next word. I am pressing N from my keyboard, so it is showing me number two. Again, if I press N, there is no next learning word in this file, so it is showing that pattern not found when I pressed next, means when I pressed N. Okay, so at this stage, we will press Shift plus G, and if we want to go to the line number one, we can press here the letter P. If I press P, it will show me, it will go to the line number one. I have just pressed P, it is going to line number one. If I press Q here, it will quit from this screen and come back to our terminal. So I'm pressing Q. Okay, so this is how we can use less command for reading the file. As we can see the contents of a file by using cat, we can also do the same with the less. And in the less command, we have the flexibility of searching a particular word also. Fine. I will write it clear in order to clear the terminal. Next command, that is command number 14, creating a new file and deleting a file. For that, we have a touch command. Okay, so if we want to create a new file, first I will show you this folder Linux one. In this Linux one, these are the files we have already in our this directory. There's a file type script. We will delete this file rm, and then we will type here TypeScript. When we write RM stands for remove, and TypeScript is a file. We are removing this TypeScript. When we press enter, it is removed. Now I will write here ls, and then we will see TypeScript is no more available in this particular folder. This is how we can remove. And I will clear this terminal. And if you want to create a new file, for that the command is touch command, and I will write here new. Okay, with the help of this touch command, we will create a new file, and the name of this new file is new. Enter, and if I write here ls, you can see a new file is created here. If I write here cat is just to display the contents of file. If I write new, and if I press enter, it is not showing anything because this file does not have any contents. That's why it is not showing anything. Okay, we can remove this rm new, and if I press enter, this file is removed. As we can see with the help of ls command lists all the files and folders. So we can see that this new file is no more available in this folder. Fine. So to clear this terminal. And moving ahead, next command is command number 15. This is to edit a file in the Linux. Linux has two editors. One is VI editor, and another is Nano editor. And first we will see VI editor, and then we will see the Nano editor. Okay. So going back to my terminal, and already we have these files and folders. I just want to edit a file vi, and then I have to mention the file name. So I mention here file 1.txt. It is opened. Now you see that if I want to edit this file, I have just used vi command, then file name. And now in this file, if I want to add some more content, then I have to press I for insert, and only then I can insert a new line. For example, we insert a line number 8, and here if I write, we are really excited to learn Linux. Okay, and once I complete, I need to press escape, and then I need to press shift plus colon, and you can see colon is appearing here, and I need to press WQ, and if I press enter here, then I will come back to my terminal again. Okay, so this is how you can edit files with the help of VI editor. So the command for that is vi and then file name. Another editor is Nano. So Nano is quite simple, and it has certain options that are shown on the screen itself. So Nano and file 1.txt. This is the syntax. When I press enter, Nano will open the file. You can see it is the same file. We have added up to line number 8. We right here, we just want to add one more line. For that, we write here 9, and this is the added line in the Nano editor. Okay, so this is the line that we have added in the Nano editor. And if we want to get out of this file and to come back to our terminal, we need to press here Control plus X. And when I press Control plus X, it is saying save the modified buffer. If I press yes, it will save. If I press no, it will not save this. And for yes, I have to press Y. And then it says file name to write to the file 1.txt. Yes, I want to write to the same file, and I will press enter, and I come back to my terminal again. Again, I write here clear in order to clear the terminal. And now coming to our next command, the command number 16, how to create a folder or directory. In Linux, we call our folder as directory. For that, the command is mkdir, and then we have to mention the folder name. Now, again, coming back to our terminal, in the terminal, if we have the following files and folders. If we type mkdir, this mkdir stands for make directory, and then we mention the folder name. For example, if I mention here new folder, okay, this is the new folder that we are going to create. If I press enter, and in order to check whether this folder has been created or not, I will write here ls, and you can see this new folder is created in this folder Linux 1. Fine. So mkdir is used to create the new folder or new directory. Next, we have command number 17, how to delete or delete a directory or a folder. For that, we have command rmdir, rmrf, and then folder name. Okay. Let's go to our terminal, and we have just created this new folder. Let me create another folder mkdir and new folder 1. Fine. And then we see ls, and you can see new folder and new folder 1 are the two folder. We will use one command to delete new folder, another command to delete the new folder 1. So we have the command rmdir, remove directory, and then new folder. Okay, we press enter. Now we will see ls, whether this folder has been removed or not. You can see new folder 1 is still there, but new folder has been removed. And another command is rm, then hyphen rf, and then we need to mention folder name, new folder 1. Okay, so rm-rf new folder 1. If I press enter, this command will remove the new folder 1 also. So again, I will check it by writing here ls. You can see new folder and new folder 1 both have been removed. So we have two ways of removing a folder or removing a directory. One is rmdir new folder, and other one is rm-rf and then the folder name that you want to remove. Command number 18 is how to copy a file from one folder to another folder. The simple command for that is cp, and then you have to mention file name and the destination path where you want to copy the particular file. You can even copy a file from the previous location to your current location that is indicated by this dot. We will see in the terminal. Let's go to the terminal, and here we have ls, and let me make a folder here mkdir, and if I create here a new folder has been created. You can see from this, and then if we copy, suppose we copy the file 1.txt to this new folder. As you can see, this cd and new folder, this new folder is empty. You can see from this. And now coming back one position, if I come back one position, and here you can see ls, we have file1.txt, and I just want to copy this file1.txt to new folder. For that, cp, and then I will write here file1.txt, and I am moving this file. I'm copying actually this file to new folder. If I press enter, and now we will move ahead to new folder just to check whether this has been copied here or not. And I will write here ls just to check. You can see file 1.txt has been copied to this particular location. Okay. Now we are in the new folder. Okay. Let me delete rm, and then this file 1. I will delete this file 1, and ls. You can see there is nothing in this new folder. Let me clear the terminal. Okay. As we know that in the Linux 1 folder, this file1.txt is already residing because we had not cut it, but we had copied this file. So it is also residing at this location, that is Linux 1. Although we do not have anything in the new folder. What we will do is cp, and we will go one position backward, and then we will write the file name, that is file1.txt, and we are going to move it to the current position that is indicated by dot. Okay, again, cp stands for copy. Going one position back, we are going to this Linux 1. There is one file which is file1.txt. We are copying this file to this dot. Dot indicates the current position, that is the new folder. I press enter here. Okay, there is some issue. Uh, it is saying that there is no such directory. Mm, Let me check it again. I have kept here the space. I think space is not allowed. Yes, now it has executed. So here you need not to keep the space. Okay. Now we are in the new folder. I will write here ls just to check whether it has been copied or not. So you can see file1.txt is here available in this new folder. So this way you can even copy the file from the previous location to the current location or to the next locations. So this is the way of copying the files. That is how to copy the contents of a file 1 to another file, that is file 2. So we can copy the contents very easily. Going back to my terminal, we are going back by one position. This is how, and here I type ls. We have file1.txt. I will show you the contents cat file1.txt. You can see there are 9 lines in this particular file. And if we want to copy this to a new file, So for that, cp, then file1 dot txt, and I write here file2 dot txt. I'm copying the contents of file 1 to file 2, and the extension is txt. Okay, I press enter here, and then I write here ls. We see that another file, file 2, has been created here. And let's see the contents, whether it has copied the contents as well or not. Cat, then file2.txt. You can see the same content. Total 9 lines have been copied from file 1 to file 2. This is how we can actually copy the files. I will write clear here in order to clear the terminal. Moving ahead, the next command is command number 20, how to cut and paste a file from one folder to another. Till now, we have seen how to copy the file. We are actually making the copies of a file, but now we are doing cut and paste in the Linux. For that, the command is move. MV move, command is used. That stands for move. Move actually cuts the file. It does not copy, and then file name, and then destination path. For example, if we go to the terminal, we have Linux 1 here. In the Linux 1, we have file number 2. And now, suppose if we want to move this file or to cut this file from this location, and we want to paste it in the new folder. So we write here file number file2 txt, and then we have to mention the path. Path means we want to move it to the new folder, so we will write here new folder, and this file2 will be cut from this location, and it will move to the new folder. It will paste it in the new folder. I will press enter here, and now I'm in the Linux 1 folder. I will write here ls. You can see file 2 is no more available in this particular location. We will move ahead cd and a new folder, and then in the new folder we will write here ls just to check whether it has come to this location or not. You can see file 2 has come to this location. This is how you can cut and paste files in the Linux. Now, moving ahead, we have command number 21, that is how to rename a file. There is no separate command to rename a file, although we use move command in order to rename a file. The syntax for that is mv file name and then new file name. Again, coming back to my terminal, here we have seen we have file 1, file 2. Let's rename this file 2 here mv, then file uh, 2.txt, and let's rename it as uh, new name, new name. So this is going to rename this file to as new name. I will press enter, and then I write here ls, and it will show me the contents. You can see now the contents file 2 has been renamed as new name. We can even see the contents of this new name. The contents will remain same inside this file. The contents will not change. Okay, you can see all the 9 lines are intact there. Content will not change. So I will write here clear to clear the terminal. Next command is about how to display top 3 lines of a file. If we want to display any particular number of lines of a file, then we can use head command. And let's see how this can be implemented. We are in our terminal now, and in the terminal, we are inside the new folder, ls. We have a file new name. Right here, cat new name will read this file. Okay, we have 9 lines in this particular file. If I write here head and then -4, and then if I write here new name is the file name, and then it will show me the first 4 lines of this particular file. Because I'm writing here head -4 new name, this is going to retrieve first 4 lines. As you can see, we are having these 4 lines from this file. Next command is how to read or display bottom three lines of a file. So for that, the command is tail. Again, going back to our terminal, we have the file here that is new name. We will write a tail and minus 4 or hyphen 4, then the file name that is new name. And you can see we have the last four lines from this file, right? So this is how we can read the number of lines either from the top or from the bottom of a file. Clear to clear the terminal. Moving ahead to our command number 24, that is the sorting the contents of a file. For that, the command is sort and then file name. Going back to our terminal, now suppose we come back by one position. We are in Linux 1, ls. Mm, okay, we have a file here sort.txt. Let's see the contents of this file. Cat sort.txt. We have some letters written over here in this file. D, M, K, P, S, G, H, D again, then X, C, Z, E, W, and again D and H again. So if we want to sort content of this file, that is txt, we will write here sort and then file name. File name is sort in our case, sort.txt, and I will press enter. You can see this command has sorted the contents of sort.txt file in alphabetical order. C, then D, D, D. D was appearing three times in this file, as you can see above, and then E, G, H up to Z. Okay. You can even sort the contents of this file in the reverse order. For that, the command is sort hyphen R, R for reverse, and then the file name. File name is sort.txt. So press enter. You can see now the contents has been sorted uh, in the reverse order, starting from Z and coming down to C. Okay, this is how we can sort the contents of a file. Now moving ahead to our next command, that is displaying unique contents from a file. So for that, first we need to sort the contents of a file, and then we can use the unique command. We can actually concatenate the unique command. Going back to our terminal, we have a file sort.txt. We'll see the contents of this file sort.txt. You can see D appears here three times. We have H appears two times. But when we use the unique command for that will show the contents without any repetition. Let's use it. For that, we have to use sort and then your file name, and then you can concatenate by using this pipeline symbol and write here unique, UNIQ. If I press enter, you can see I'm getting this file in the sorted way, and each character will appear only once. There is no repetition in this file. So this is how we can get the unique contents of a file. Next command is splitting the contents of a file into multiple files. So here we have the syntax split hyphen L2 file name. Uh, with the help of this syntax, we can split a particular file into a number of files, and each file will contain two lines. We will move to our terminal and we will see how this will work. ls to show the contents. We have here file1.txt. Let's see the contents of this file1.txt. You can see here we have nine lines. If I write here split and if I write here L3 and then file name is file1.txt. With the help of this whole file will get splitted into three files because we have total nine lines in this particular file, and when I'm writing here split L3, that means each splitted file will contain three lines. So one file will contain first three lines, another file will contain next three lines, that is line number 4, 5, and 6, and next file will contain 7, 8, and 9 line numbers. Okay, so let's see. I will press enter here. This file 1.txt has been splitted. Now we will see the splitted files. ls, you can see xaa is the first file, xab is the second file, and xac is the third file. So let's see the contents of these files. Cat xaa and press enter. You can see first three lines have been included in this file, and then cat xab, next three lines, that is line number 4, 5, and 6 in the second file, and then cat xac. The last three lines are there in the third file, which is xac. So this is how you can split the files. You can even write here L, instead of L3, you can write L2 or L5, uh, whichever number you want to write here. The exact number of lines will be included in each file. Okay. One more thing I want to show here is that these newly created files XAA, XAB, and XAC can be removed by just writing here RM, XAA, XAB, and XAC. You can write all these three files simultaneously in just one single command, and they will get removed. ls, you can see these files have been removed. Okay, clear the terminal. Moving ahead to our next command, that is command number 27. Search and display a word or the matching contents to a word in a file. For that, the command is grep, and then you have to mention the word and then the file name. Moving to our terminal, ls. So here we have file 1, again file1.txt. You can see we have a Linux, and this is Linux, but it has different spellings. So we will search for Linux. Let's see whether it appears in search or not. Command is grep, and then word name is Linux, and the file name is file1.txt. So you can see it has shown all the lines where we have used the word Linux. Line number 2, 3, and 8, they contain this word Linux. This is how you can search a particular word by using grep command. And the syntax is grep. Then you have to mention the word that you need to search and then the file name. You can also include this word that you want to search in double quotes like this. It will return you the same results. You can see. Okay. Clear the terminal. Next command is command number 28. That is to search and display multiple words or the matching content in a file. With the help of this grep command, you can even search multiple words like this word one, word two from a file. For that, again, let's see the contents of file1.txt. Here we just want to search the word Linux, and let's see, we will search the word Riaz and learning also. Okay, so the command for that is egrep. Egrep. Earlier it was grep, but now it is egrep. The command is egrep. Then you have to mention the word number one. Suppose we are going to search Linux. Concatenate this with by using this pipeline symbol. And next word, suppose we want to search learning. Suppose you want to search another word, say Riaz. Include them in the double quotation marks and then file name, that is file1.txt. If I press enter, so all the lines which contain these words are appearing in front of us. Line number 1, it contains Riaz. Line number 3, it contains learning word. Line number 4, it contains learning word and Linux as well. Okay, so this is how you can even search multiple words from a file. Our next command, that is command number 29. Wildcards in Linux. The wildcards are like star, these curly braces. These are called as wildcards. With the help of these, you can even do the better search in a file. The syntax is ls, then file initial letter, and then you need to mention the star, or ls, then you can mention star dot the extension. And you can even use these wildcards to create multiple files. So we will see these commands one by one in the terminal. And for that, we will go to our terminal. ls, we have two files, cmpa and cmpb. I just want to show only these two files. I will write here c and cm, and then if I write here star, and if I press enter, it will show only these two files which are starting with the letter cm. Okay, this is how these wildcards actually help to filter some data. Okay. You can even use another way, that is first use star and then use extension. For example, ls, and if I just want to show the files which are having the extension as .txt, I will use ls star dot txt, and if I press enter, it will show me only those files which have the extension .txt. Also, we have another wildcard, which is these curly braces, and you can even use these curly braces to do some other tasks like touch. Touch command is actually used to create a new file. If you write here touch and then one dot dot, and if you write here five, so you will see it will create five different files as file one, file two, file three, file four, and file five with just one single command. I will show you ls, and you will see it has created the files as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can even write it in a different way if you want to rename it, like you touch, then file, and then you will write here file dot dot 5 and closing bracket. If you press enter and then press ls to see, just see here many files have been created. File 1, file 2, file 3, the file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, file 5 have been created. These are empty files. We can even remove them, rm. And then there were earlier files 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And after that, we created file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, and file 5. We can remove them, and now just to check ls, you see these files have been removed. Clear, clear to clear the terminal. Moving ahead to our next command, that is command number 30, shuffling of content in a file. The command for that is shuff. Now going back to our terminal, and let's move to our new folder. In the new folder, we have a file with new name, cat, new name. We will shuffle the contents of this file. The syntax for that is shuff and then file name. Just see here, it has shuffled the contents. Line number one is appearing, then after that, line number two is not appearing, line number six is appearing, then line number two is appearing, then four is appearing. It has shuffled all the text in the file. This is how the shuffle command will work. Now, going one step back to our Linux one folder, and moving ahead to our next command, that is command number 31. Counting of words, lines, and characters in a file. So we will see the command for that is wc. Now, coming to our terminal, here we have a file, that is file 1. We will see the number of words, lines in this particular file, wc, and file1.txt. So we have 9 lines, 67 words, and 344 characters in file1.txt. I can show you the contents of this file again. You can see there are 9 lines, 67 words, and 344 characters in this particular file. Next is command number 32, counting of lines in a file. If we just want to count the lines without anything else, we can write the command in this way, wc-l and then file name. It is wc-l and then you have the file name. You can see it has 9 lines. So we with this hyphen L, we are getting the total number of lines in the file. Okay. And if you want to have the number of words, you can modify this as wc hyphen w and then file1.txt. It has 67 words in this file1.txt. Okay. So this is how you can actually count the words and lines in a file. So this covers our next command, that is 33 number command. And after that, you have 34 command, checking for two identical files. For that, you have compare file 1 and file 2. Okay. So we will see we have two files, CMPA and CMPB. First, we will see the contents of these files. Cat CMPA. It contains only one single line and it is written there. This file is created for comparison purpose only. Another file is B, CMPB. This file is created for just comparison purpose only. So there is a slight difference, that is just. Okay. So we will see whether these files are identical or not. For that, we have the command as compare CMP and the file name one CMPA and the second file CMPB. Okay. The command is CMP, that is used for comparing, and this is the file name A and this is the file name B. Okay, CMP A and CMP B. They are just file names. If I press enter, so it is saying that differ by 26 bytes and line number one is different from the other. So because the first file has this line which is different from the first line of the another file. So it is showing that. If you want to see the difference, in which respect they are differ, so diff hyphen u cmpa cmpb. So it will highlight the difference of these two files. So you can see this hyphen 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 for first CMPA. This hyphen indicates the contents of first file, and this plus sign indicates the second file, and here it is the content of this second file. So you can identify the difference between these two files. Okay, so clear the terminal, and our next command is command number 35, and the command is find a file in Linux. If you want to find a file in the Linux operating system, then the syntax is find dot forward slash name and then file1 dot txt. Okay, so this is the command. Okay, we'll copy this command and let's go to terminal. We are in Linux 1. We will show you the file. Here we have the file1 dot txt, but now we are moving in the backward direction from this particular position by 2 step. Okay, and we will reach to mount. Fine. And now at this position we will write this command find dot forward slash then name and then file1 dot txt. Okay, we are going to search this file1 dot txt, which is actually residing inside the Linux 1 folder. But now we are not in the Linux 1 folder. We have come 2 positions in the backward direction, but still you are able to find this file wherever it is residing. Okay, so this is the command for that. Find command is used for that. Then you have to use dot forward slash then hyphen name, and then you have to mention the file name which you are going to search for. Okay, if I press enter, it will give me the absolute path to this file1.txt. It is Linux 1, then Linux 2, and then file1.txt. It is residing there also. It is also residing inside the Linux 4 folder. It is residing inside the Linux 1 folder. If you just want to compare, if you just want to see it or confirm it, we can go to these locations just to see whether file 1 resides in those multiple locations which it has just shown us. CD and then Linux, oh sorry, CD, E, then Linux 1, enter ls. We can see file 1 is here, but it was saying that Linux, it is also residing in Linux 2 and Linux 4. Let me check it. CD Linux 2 and ls. Yes, file 1. Yes, file 1.txt is also here. And if we go in the backward direction by one step, okay, we are in Linux. We will go to CD Linux 4, and let's check here. Yes, file1.txt is also residing here. So the path we got in the previous command is absolutely right. It is correct. It is showing the correct path to this file1.txt. So find command is actually used to find a particular file from a different location. Wherever it is residing, it will show you the path. Okay, we will come back by one position to Linux 1 folder. Right here clear to clear the terminal, and let me go to our next command, that is command number 36. Display previously used commands. For that we can use the command history, or we can even search for a particular command that we have used in history by using this grep keyword. Going back to our terminal, I will write here history. If I write here history, it will show me all the commands that we have just implemented. You can see these are the commands that we have recently implemented, that you must have observed. These are the commands that we have seen recently. Okay. You can even see for some particular command that we have just run recently. I will write here history. We have used cat command many times. So I will write cat and press enter. Just see here we have these many number of times used cat command while we are recording this video. Okay, so this is how you can check the history, or you can check the command that you have used previously in the history. Next command is command number 37, using Linux terminal as a basic calculator. For that it is BC. BC stands for basic calculator. Going back to our terminal, if I write here BC and okay, now we can perform certain operations like 3 plus 4. Enter, it is going giving me 7. Right here 5 multiply by 5. So it is giving me 25. So basic calculations can be done by using this Linux terminal, and you can turn this Linux terminal into a basic calculator. Okay, quit to get back to our terminal. Clear to clear the terminal. And now our next command is command number 38, checking whether our server is running or not. And if it is running, then how long it has run, and the number of logged in users by using this uptime command. Going to our terminal, and uptime is the command. So this is showing me the time for which our Linux terminal is running, and only one user has been logged to this server, and the average load is shown here. Next command is command number 39. Record everything you type on the terminal. For that, the command is script. Okay, and we use Control D to save and quit from that particular script. So whatever we are typing on the terminal, you can use the script command to record everything in the script. Actually, we cannot remember all the commands all the time. So if you start learning Linux, if you are executing commands on the Linux terminal, before that, write script and then press enter. And after that, if you go on studying some commands, like if you type here cat, then file1 dot txt. If you write here cal, it will show you calendar. And if you want that your script, this script will record all these commands, you will write here, you will save these commands by pressing Control plus D. Okay, Control plus D will create a file with the name type script, and you can actually see this by using this ls command. And you can see here you have this TypeScript. And if you see the contents of this TypeScript, cat and TypeScript, and press enter, you just see these are the commands we have just run. Cal command and other commands, these have been recorded. One is this cat command that we have just used. We have used this cal command. This is showing you the calendar. These have been recorded in the script, your TypeScript file. Okay, so for that the command is script. You can even record. You can save all the commands that you run on the terminal. Whatever you run on the terminal, that will be saved in the TypeScript file, and the command is script. Clear to clear the terminal. Okay, next command is command number 40, and this command is to shorten your command in Linux. For example, if we write ls LTR to show the contents of a particular location. If we write it with the help of alias, and then if we use the syntax in this way, then we can do wonders, or we can shorten our commands. Now, going back to our terminal, let's check this. We use ls to show the files and folders, but if we write alias, alias, and if we write here, suppose T or any other letter equal to, then we write here ls hyphen ltr. Okay, this command we have already used. You are familiar with this command. If I press enter, I should not keep the space. Yes, it is working now. So now instead of typing ls, if I just write here t, it will function similar to ls command because we have assigned this lstr to this t variable. So if I press enter here, it will again show me all the directories, folders in a similar fashion as the lsltr command will show. Okay, so this is how we can actually shorten our commands by using alias.
Our next command is command number 41, that is to compress and decompress a file in Linux system. For that the command is gzip-k and file name. This command is to compress a file. -k is actually used to keep the original file, the original copy of the file. And then we have two commands to decompress a file. The first command is gzip-d and then the file name which we want to decompress. And the alternate command is gunzip file name that you want to decompress. Let's go to our terminal, and in the terminal we see that we are having this hash symbol instead of dollar symbol. Now we have the root privilege. In order to implement this particular command, we need root privilege, and we will move to our folder, that is Linux 1. So for that, cd mount, and then we will mount the drive E, and after that we have the folder Linux. Under this folder we have the following files. Okay, so let's suppose we want to compress this file1.txt. For that the command is gzip then -k and file1.txt. Now let's go to see the files again. We have this file1.txt.gz, which is a compressed version of this file1.txt. At this point I will remove file1.txt. Let's see. Yes, it is now removed and we have a compressed copy of the file only. And if suppose we want to decompress it, we have a command gzip -d for decompression, and then the file name, which is file1.txt. And if I press enter here, we can see that again we got the original file, which is file1.txt. We can even see the contents of this file by cat file just to verify whether it is the original file or not. Another command to decompress the file is gunzip, but for that again we will compress our file. Before that, ls, and now file1.txt, we will again compress it by implementing gzip -k and then file1.txt. Now we have compressed this file. Again we got this copy, and let's remove the original copy, that is file1.txt. We have removed this. You can see we have this compressed file in the location. And another command to unzip this file or decompress this file is gunzip, then the file name, which is file1.txt.gz. If I press enter and then ls, you can see the file1.txt.gz has been decompressed to file1.txt. Just to see the contents of this file, you remember the contents. We have 9 lines in this particular file. So this is how you can compress and decompress a file in the Linux. Control L to clear the terminal, and moving ahead to our next command, which is command number 42. That is to compress multiple files into a single file. The syntax for that is zip, then you need to keep some file name and the number of files that you want to compress. Again, going back to our terminal, ls to show the files. Here suppose we want to compress these two files, cmpa and cmpb. For that, the syntax is zip, then you need to keep some file name. Let's keep the file name as multi.zip, and you need to mention the files which you want to compress. For example, cmpa and cmpb. These are the two files that we want to compress into a single file. If I press enter, you can see it has compressed these two files into a single file and created a multi.zip. Let's see. Yes, we have the file multi.zip created in this location. And next is our command number 43. Now, since we have compressed multiple files into a single file, so if you want to show or if you want to see the number of files in the compressed zip file, the command for that is unzip -l and then the file name. So again, going back to our terminal, right here unzip -l and the file name is multi.zip. If I press enter here, you can see without decompressing this file, it is showing me the compressed number of files. So in this case, we had these two files, cmpa and cmpb, which are compressed. So it is showing that two files have been compressed into this single file, which is named as multi.zip. Okay, so this is how you can actually see the number of compressed file in a single file, and that too without decompressing the file. Okay, clear to clear the terminal. Moving ahead to our next command, that is command number 44. This command is to compress a folder in the Linux. For that, the command is tar-czf. Then you need to keep some name with these extensions tar.gz and then the folder name which you want to compress. Okay, so let's move to a terminal and ls to show the number of files and folders. So here we have this new folder, and let's try to compress this new folder. The command for that is tar-czf, and then we need to keep some name. Let's keep the name as compressed.tar.gz, and then the original folder name which we want to compress. So in this case, it is new folder. If I press enter, so this has been executed, and let's see whether we have got this compressed.tar.gz folder. Yes, it is here, compressed.tar.gz. So it has been compressed uh, by executing this command. Okay, so this is how you actually compress a folder in the Linux. Next is your decompression command. Okay, to decompress a folder in Linux. So for that the command is tar-xzf, then the folder name. We have just compressed a folder with the name compressed.tar.gz that you can see in the terminal. This is the folder. So now at this point I will not going to implement this command for decompression. I request you all to compress a folder first and then decompress the folder, and then take a screenshot and paste that screenshot in the comment section of this video. And if you paste the screenshot in the comment section, I will share this complete presentation with the one who will share the your screenshot in the comment box. Okay. Next command is regarding the downloading a file from internet. For that the command is wget, and then we have to paste the URL. For that we will move to our browser, and in the browser, if I write here download Python for Linux, and let me click here, and here is this download button. Right click here and copy the link address, uh, and after that we will move to our terminal. In the terminal we write here command wget, and then we will paste the URL. Okay, if I press enter here, this will download the complete file from the internet for me. You can see the downloading progress. Once it is downloaded, yes, it is downloaded, and now we can see it in our Linux directory. So here you can see Python 3.13.1 has been downloaded for us. So this is how you actually download the files from the internet. Our next command is regarding the installing application from internet. For that you need to execute the command sudo apt install or yum install. Yum is used in other variants of Linux operating system, maybe on Red Hat or Fedora. But in case of this Ubuntu, you can use sudo apt install. So moving to our terminal, if I write here sudo apt install, and then we need to mention the application name that we want to install. Let's install Firefox browser. If I press enter, so you can see it has started downloading the Firefox, and it is saying Firefox is already the newest version installed on this machine, so it is not going to install because I have already installed this on my computer. So this is how you can even install the programs or applications on your Linux operating system. Okay, next command is command number 48, how to check the installed application. For that the command is apt list hyphen hyphen installed. So we will see here apt list hyphen hyphen installed. If we run this command, it will show us all the applications that have been downloaded and installed on our machine. So you can see a huge list is here. If you really want to see a particular file installed on your system, you need to concatenate this command with another command, that is grep, and you need to mention the application name. So we have just installed the Firefox. Let me check whether it shows this application has been installed or not in our system. We will check with this command. First the command is apt list hyphen hyphen installed, and the second part of the command is concatenated with this pipeline symbol grep Firefox. Firefox is the application name, that is a browser. So although it has given some warning, but it is showing yes, Firefox has been installed, you can see. So this is how you can even check for a particular application whether it is installed or not. Now moving ahead to our next command, that is command number 49. List all the existing environmental variables in Linux. For that the command is print env. So let's check print env, and yes, it is showing all the environmental variables, and these variables actually used to select or set the path for some particular applications. Okay, so next command and the last command of this tutorial is command number 50, which is to display a specific line from a file. If we have a file and if we want to display a particular line from a file, then we need to mention the the line number here. And let's do it in the terminal. The command is seed, sed. But before that, we will see our files. So the files here are, we have file1.txt, and we will show the contents of this file first. Cat file1.txt, and suppose we want to display the line number 7 out of these all 9 lines. We will write here sed hyphen n, and then the line number that we want to show. Suppose the line number is 7, and p, and then the file name. File name is file1.txt, and if I press enter here, you can see it is displaying only one single line, that is line number 7, that shows please support by like, share and subscribe. So this is all in this particular video tutorial, and we have implemented, or we have learned 50 basic commands of Linux, and these basic commands of Linux are enough for a beginner to start with Linux operating system. So thank you so much for watching this video, and if you really like this video, then please do like, share and subscribe this channel for more such videos. Thank you so much.